Right, brace yourself for stage 6 power cuts again this afternoon. But if you're in Cape Town, you may just be protected from the worst of the blackouts. The city is using power from the Steenbras hydro plant to mitigate outages. eNCA reporter Lindsay Dentlinger has more from Maitland and Cape Town. Lindsay, how are things looking there in the mother city? You guys are really lucky compared to the rest of us.
Right now, Masejo, not so lucky here in Maitland, where I am in front of a gas retailer, which is incidentally, there's load shedding here right now, but not impacting the pumping of gas because there are generators, but certainly impacting the sale of goods here because these generators don't light up the entire shop. So right now, the city of Cape Town still on stage 4 like the rest of the country, so no special treatment for us here in Cape Town just at this moment. I keep checking to see whether the city has issued any announcements to the effect that we might be shielded from stage 6, but that Steenbras hydropower plant that you just spoke about there also needs time to replenish its reserves, and so during those periods Cape Town is then on the rest of the load shedding schedule like the rest of the country. And of course there are also ESCOM supplied areas in the city where incidentally I spoke to some people who live in those areas who were coming into town earlier this morning to work and very frustrated over the long periods of time that they've had to endure without power over the weekend and coming into work. So certainly while for many parts of the city there is some reprieve when the city is able to make use of its hydroelectric stored power to stave off additional stages of load shedding. Right now we are on stage 4 and people telling me this morning it's not just businesses feeling the impact of load shedding, it's hitting the poor really hard because they're also having to endure a 9.5% electricity price hike. One lady telling me that equated to 7 units less that she was receiving a day, and so that is equivalent of what she needs for the day, and then coupled with load shedding. But Masejo, here's one of those people I spoke to on the streets of Cape Town this morning.
It's too many times that they shed now, so it affects not only the businesses but also the regular people, the people that are poor. You see, and now that is stage 6. It's not working this way. Now they're going to stage 4, and I don't think they're ever going to come right, if you ask me, because I'm not used to this, but I'm getting used to it now, because I have to know when the power's going to go off. I can't charge my phone properly. I can't charge this. You see, and I'm not even living in the house. So the people who do have a house and family, they really suffer the most. I think they need to really get rid of ESCOM and start individual power sources like the solar power and the windmills. And I think Western Cape need to have their own power. The country don't need to depend on ESCOM anymore because they are taking it to another level. They are like controlling us there.
And I think what he said there is quite important, Lindsay, when he said, I'm not used to it, but I'm getting used to it now. I think that's how many South Africans feel. We don't have a choice but to get used to it. But obviously there are some people who are trying to mitigate this by, using alternative power solutions, although expensive.
Well, we again just impacting also the fuel price. Along with that, those announcements, usually we also find out what the increase in the gas price is going to be. And I've spoken to 2 shop owners. I'm standing outside a gas shop here in Maitland right now. That owner of this shop didn't want to speak to us on camera, but both of them telling me that they wait to see what that increase will be. Although they're not noticing too much of an increase in people looking for gas at this time of year. It is quite common for people to be filling up their gas bottles very regularly for cooking and for mostly for heating purposes. They say that the price increases mean that their profits are really marginal, and so even though we have seen certainly at this particular store in the hour or so that we've been here, a steady stream of people coming in. This shop owner telling me that over the weekend he sold out on all his portable gas gas stoves. So people are looking for alternatives to be able to keep the pots and the kettles boiling during load shedding. So he has sold out, but both the gas shop owners that I've spoken to saying they're not noticing just yet that there's an inordinate number of people looking to fill up their gas bottles, and they suspect that the price of gas is also going to impact, but we are yet to find out from the Department of Minerals and Energy what that increase might be. But here's one of those gas shop owners I spoke to a little earlier, Mr. Amin Dolly.
Price has about doubled since 2020. If you look at a 9 kilogram that has retailed in March, April of 2020 at 159 Rand, 149 Rand, depending on where you are buying, today that same cylinder will cost you 295. Now that's a huge jump from 145. You're almost looking at 100% difference in cost. But because of our energy crisis that we have within the country, people are forced to pay the price, and then you have the scarcity of the product.
Well, Lindsay, we do actually have that announcement from the Department of Mineral Resources, and you can stay and listen to me while I tell the viewers it's actually quite bleak how it's looking. It's the Department of Mineral Resources, under the leadership of Minister Gwede Mantashe, just released a statement telling us how much we'll be paying more for petrol, and here it goes. R2.37 increase for 93 octane. 95 goes up by R2.57 per litre. Diesel goes up by R2.31 a litre, and illuminating paraffin goes up by R1.66 a litre.